All right. Why does it say live 3 hours and 5 minutes? I don't know why it says that. Hi guys, Kate 420, and as usual, StreamYard has some weird timer up here. I'm not sure what it's about. Maybe it's a countdown of how long they allow us to go live. I don't know. I'm gonna wait a minute. I'm 20 minutes late, so the fact that nobody's here yet doesn't surprise me. And it's 9 o'clock on a Thursday night, so there's probably some other people that are live. Or oh hi, there we go. Sorry about my fashionable lateness. You know how it goes. Oh, hi, sweetheart. All right. How's everybody doing? Spend a couple seconds talking to everybody. Can everybody hear me good? If you can hear me good, put a thumbs up in the chat, please. Oh, I know what I need to do. One more thing. I gotta just put my YouTube on. Give me a second, just so I can see your chats quicker. Because StreamYards, I'm cheap. I'm not paying for it. Hi Clay, what's up, bud? Oh, look at me, all bright. Ugh, hold on, here we go. Boom, boom. Turn the volume down. There we go. Okay, there. Now we're fucking cooking. Now we're cooking with grease. I couldn't find the thumb. Who cares? It works. How's everybody doing? I'm telling you, listen, I don't know what to do. Every day I get up, I'm hilariously happy that Biden is such a failure. But I remember that he's also my president, meaning if he fails, all the stuff that all of the fallout from that is gonna end up on us anyway. Oh, thank you, sweetheart. Anyway, so part of me wants to spend every day laughing at the people on Twitter who the blue check marks who are, oh, I can't believe I voted for Biden, he lied and all this nonsense. And part of me wants to be like, that's my president too. And if he looks bad, I look bad. So yeah, today we're going to talk about something that I don't know if you've probably seen it somewhere else or not, but it blew my mind. This is like Saigon type stuff, and I know you've heard that rhetoric on other channels or whatnot, but I mean like in the sense of the mothers giving babies to soldiers and whatnot out of fear that they're going to be hunted down and killed by the Taliban. And they weren't just giving them to them. They were putting them up over razor wire fences. So we'll look at that in a second. Let's see what else. Nothing really new going on. Got me a new shirt off my ilovefreedom.com store. I love that store. I get one like every other week. And the kid is about to be a senior. She's going to start her senior year here soon, as long as they let her go without the vaccine, because we are an unvaccinated house and will remain that way as long as they don't handcuff us to a bed and stick it in our arm. Only because I have a chronic illness and whatnot. So, that I lost 2 viewers over that. Better watch what I say about the B word. No. Anyway, and not that, I mean, most of you know my story. If you don't know my story from back when I was doing the Kanika thing and Huggy Pacino kind of tried to out me about my kids, most of you know I came out with the whole story. So I'm a grandma. Oh man, am I buffering? Please tell me I'm not buffering. Yep, I am. Hold on a minute. I'm going to do something. Give me 1 second. I'm going to switch to the extension. Let me see if I can do that. Come on. Oh, really? I'm good? Okay. It just showed my Wi-Fi down really low. All right, then I won't change it because I don't want to mess with it. It's just look at my phone. I'm buffering. That's what I thought that's what you're seeing. That's not what you're seeing? Oh, all right. Well, I don't know what's going on. Let me see if I can get back into it. There. Okay, babe. I ain't gonna skip a beat that either, mother. You know, whatever. I just won't have the phone, and I may not get your comments like timely. All right, let's check some shit out. Let's check some stuff out. All right, so share. Okay. Here. Okay. That should do it. Wait, won't it let me do it? There we go. Okay. 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 Okay, so let's see if you see me. Let me see what it looks like over here. Perfect. Okay, let me go back to it. The editorial. I pulled this. Where did I pull this one? Post and Courier. Good newspaper. Hold on 1 second. There we go. I'm just trying to pull my YouTube back up on my phone so I'm not delayed. All right, now we're good. Oh, what happened now? I don't want your offer. So this is kind of just an opinion. Oh shit! Hold on. Hush it! Hush it! Hush! Shush! I'm live on YouTube. Be quiet. Daughter's boyfriend was leaving. Sorry. Anyway, why does that look like that? That is so terrible. I keep watching my YouTube and on my phone, and it's still buffering. And I hope to God I'm not buffering. One second. God darn it. I hate Apple. Apple iPhones are the worst. I'm sorry. I'd rather have an Android any day. Okay, so there we go. Anyway, I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I did read it earlier, and I pulled out a part I really okay. So, put simply, when Mr. Biden began pulling out of the U.S., advisors to the Afghan army, he also removed U.S. military flight crews, aircrafts that flew missions that had kept Taliban at bay. He pulled out the maintenance contractors who kept the tiny Afghan Air Force aloft, and he did so at the height of the summer fighting season. So, like, he literally did, he thought by saying, I just followed Trump's plan, that was going to get him out of this. But the fact is that Trump wouldn't have got out. He had a plan to get out. He didn't just plan to pull everything at once and just let chaos ensue. That wasn't his plan. The only thing Joe Biden did was try to keep the date that Trump had. So, oh, there I am. Now, how do I get my chat? Hold on, guys. Where is the chat? There we go. Now I'm buffering. Yeah, Biden's being played like a fiddle. They're going to use this big nasty boo boo that he just did, and they are going to say, "Look, we're going to 25th amendment you. You're crazy. The whole world knows you have dementia. The whole world knows you can't put two sentences together without messing up." And the whole world knows that without a teleprompter, you would literally be a bumbling disaster. So therefore, we're going to take over and you're just going to be our little mouthpiece. We're going to stick our hand up your ass and you're going to say whatever we tell you to say and do whatever we tell you to do. And you're not going to say anything because if you don't let us make the decisions, this is going to be your legacy. Like Kennedy and Bay of Pigs. So that was the first thing that blew my mind. He just A plus B plus C plus D equals chaos. Yay. To put simply, oh yeah, I did that part. So, okay. I don't know if you saw that video. I really wish I could have. I saw it this morning on somebody else's channel. And oh no, you know who it was? It was Slightly Offensive. There you go. Go check it out. Slightly Offensive showed a video of our army training the Afghan army. And they were training them. It was a PT in the morning PT, and they're all in camouflage. And there's two of our army in the front, and then their army is like maybe 12 of them. Okay. I have never seen grown men look so handicapped. I don't know what to call it. I look. They're not 1 out of 12 could do a jumping jack right. They were sitting there like trying to figure it out, and the Marines or the Army guys were having a laugh. That's why somebody ended up videotaping it because it was on their cell phone because it was so funny. You have to go check that out. It's on Slightly Offensive. So anyway, the Army trained to operate with American air support is suddenly without its major weapon now because it doesn't have the air support. So it demoralized the units and they broke and ran, of course. And I'm not trying to be funny when I say this, but if you didn't notice, Afghan men are pussies. You heard me, pussies. Did you see them literally knocking women and children out of the way to get on those planes? And when they showed the pictures of the people sitting in the C-17, there's women, because you can tell by the hijabs, but there's 5 men to every 1 woman. These are men who should be all fighting age men, by the way. And these are men who should be staying back fighting for their country. No, they ran. They got out of there. Yeah. They was out. So come down here. Hold on. We're gonna move on. Okay, here we go. This is it. This is the part I want to make sure everybody understands. Okay. In recent years, the U.S. mission in Afghanistan has been one of major foreign policy puzzles for American presidents. Public opinion on leaving versus staying has always been equally divided, providing presidents leeway to choose, but fearful of making a bad choice. Then President Donald Trump negotiated with the Taliban and promised to leave by May of this year, but nothing forced President Biden to follow through with that. And now this is a shambolic fashion, as it says, he made that choice. Americans supported his decision on the assumption that he understood the risks and had reason to believe the Afghan government would withstand the Taliban. That assumption was obviously wrong. Well, yeah. And now it says the president did himself no favors Saturday or Monday when he blamed the collapse of the Afghan army on the same Afghan army that he earlier touted and claimed Mr. Trump had left him no choice but to leave. Reports have made it clear that his Joint Chief of Staff offered him options. I'm going to repeat that again. His Joint Chiefs of Staff offered him the options with S for staying, which they favored. They told him, we prefer you choose this. You can do this, but see all these things? they would be a better choice. No, you sure you want this one, sir? Oh, okay, sir. That's what he did. Went against all advice. So here we are. Excuse me. Sorry. Here we are. Chaos everywhere. People dead fell from the landing gear of C-17 military planes that were taking off. Just trying. That's how desperate they were to get out of that country, knowing the Taliban was taking over. At some point, the American president was going to have to cut off the life support to the Afghan government, leaving its fate up to the Afghans themselves. True. Mr. Biden opted to be the one, and he did it incompetently. We feared a rapid collapse of the government, and we take no joy at being prescient. Mr. Biden will pay the political price at home, and U.S. credibility will be diminished abroad. Again, as I said, even though I didn't vote for this man, even though I think it's hilarious that he is a bumbling idiot that his 4 years is going to be marked by nothing but disaster after disaster, I do recognize that those disasters have repercussions that I personally will probably see. So, all right, so that's that. Hang on, now I got to come back here and see you for a minute. All right. All right, now let's check out this women throwing their babies over. How's that? It's anybody who's got like sensitive to that kind of stuff, you might want to leave. Oh, what's that? All right, stop doing that. I don't want to see all these tips. Okay, so there's that. Now let me go to this one. So here's the women throwing babies over. Hang on, let's see here. Because the women for the last week got to work, to walk around uncovered. I saw a CNN, Afghan CNN news reporter who, is it up? Why isn't it up? Why isn't it showing you? There we go. Right? Boom. Okay. Anyway, I saw a CNN news worker who, the day before, August 15th, her head was completely bare. She had her hair up and it was real nice in a ponytail and earrings and all that stuff. And then the next day she was wearing a black hijab covering everything but her bare face. Her face was bare, but everything, hair, all that was all covered, neck covered, all her skin was covered but her face. The very next day, the day that they were technically on their own. That's scary. Think about that. This is a generation, our generation, and that has, there we go, that has grown up with the freedoms that they hadn't had in decades before that. Okay. Anyway, they hadn't had it in decades before that. And now, for the first time, some of these people who've never, ever lived under Sharia law are about to be forced to go back under Sharia law, even though they never lived it before. Because in the last 20 years, we've been there to prevent that from happening. No more. Okay. I'm going to play this and see if it works. All right. Oh, maybe.
As every day passes, this relief op gets more and more urgent and desperate. Afghans hoping to escape have to walk through ranks Taliban fighting. The military are trying to move thousands of people out of Afghanistan in just days.
course it's going to buffer. It always does. I've never been able to play a video.
It's a humanitarian mission in what feels like a war zone. A makeshift barricade is all that separates two armies who have fought for 20 years. The Taliban are just one away. It's a thing I would ever see.
Wow.
This is the first day that they've been able to bring here. We've watched as thousands face threatening to overwhelm the whole. The Taliban persisted in this. Up the road, they're now controlling the crowds of people to reach the British position.
Wow.
Sometimes they fire into the air to make people stop. They are a continuously menacing presence.
This is a humanitarian effort, but it's being done by the military because we're in a war zone. And what's incredible, just one step away, they're the Taliban right next to the British forces who are trying to assess the people who are trying to get onto these relief flights.
And they see who they are. And
one
if
of
they
the
end up
soldiers said
stuck
to me
there,
they could mess it up by just sending
Afghanistan,
1,000
they're
boats down the road. At the moment, they're cooperating and they're actually keeping things calm.
but I also don't believe we should be bringing over here.
It looks
either.
like chaos,
They should be
but there is
fighting. The men should be staying there fighting for their country.
The soldiers call out for interpreters as
Especially
different
when-
nationalities arrive.
Especially when we just said, which is hilarious because the biggest failure of all is Trump had it down to 2,500 soldiers in Afghanistan, and they were holding back the Taliban for the last year and 4 months. No problems. Not one issue. Joe pulls all them out. All this happens. Now he has to send 5,000 to 7,000 back in to handle all this issue. So now our fighting age men and boys have to go over there with Taliban. You see, they're all armed, and they're armed with American weapons, not foreign weapons. They're armed with American weapons. And they're constantly around with guns, checking everyone out, seeing who's who and what they're doing, and making sure they know who the traitors are. And anyone that has been part of the Afghan government, I believe they're hunting them down and doing away with them as well.
Their paperwork is then checked. If they pass muster, they're directed to the entry gate to be processed inside. But many do not. The soldiers hate this, but without the proper paperwork, they have to turn people away. Terrified families, men, women, and large numbers of children are sent back into Afghanistan, back towards the Taliban. And it's heartbreaking.
And the Taliban already see that.
Fatima is terrified. Her husband joined the Taliban and took to beating her. She and her 4-year-old daughter have nothing but a UN letter identifying them as victims.
Afghanistan is Taliban is terrorists. My husband is a terrorist Talib. America, Canada, France, her kishwar, me and just my
So you and your daughter, you'll go anywhere? Any country?
Any country.
Yeah, she needs to explain us.
We mentioned her story to the officer in charge outside. The soldiers have a reasonable degree of latitude in their decision-making, and Major Steve White decided to enter her into the system with no guarantees. It was quite simply an act of human kindness in all this mayhem. Fatima did make it inside. Major White has saved their lives. He's certainly given them a chance of a better one. But there are many sad stories as well.
Wow.
I'm too sure that they will tell us.
This doctor from Herat, who is with her sister and her mother, have absolutely no rights to get through the gates.
Oh my
They
God.
fled the Taliban and are now stuck. They have hope, but it seems hopeless.
We don't have any brother, we don't have father. You know that living in here is very difficult for us. We were living in Herat and we escaped from Herat and came to Kabul city to save our life. because also my uncles worked with the Taliban, and they wanted to asked for marriage. So I'm a doctor, and my sister was working with women rights. She studied law, and also my mother is a teacher. My mother was the teacher of students in 8th class, the boys. The Taliban doesn't
they'll kill her
to teach the boys, and now she doesn't work. My mom.
So now you're running away, really.
Yes, we escape from our place.
These soldiers are involved in a mission as diametrically opposed to anything
I
they
don't
could
know
ever have
maybe
expected
it's
in
down further.
Afghanistan.
Hold on.
The Taliban have won here. In 20 years, a generation has grown up knowing what the Taliban were like. They don't want the next generation to experience it. Once again, a small contingent of soldiers are dealing with this. Stuart Ramsey, Sky News, Kabul.
Okay, holding that girl. That's one of the girls that was. Hang on, there's got to be down here because I know I took a picture of it. Hold on. All right, I have two of them anyway, but I have a picture of it. Is the next one I have is the son, but I thought maybe this one would have it in there. Okay, it says it was terrible. Women were throwing their babies over razor wire, asking soldiers to take them. Some got caught in the wire. Oh my God. How desperate do you have to be? I'm worried for my men. I'm counseling some. Everyone cried last night. Probably somebody about the Afghan army. Yeah. It looks like chaos, but there is a method. The soldiers call out for interpreters as different nationalities arrive at the barricade, including Afghans with a valid asylum case. Passports and paperwork are then checked. If they pass muster, they're directed to the entry gate to be processed. Some make it and others don't. The soldiers hate this, but without the right paperwork, they have to turn people away. Terrified families, men, women, and large numbers of children are sent back through the barbed wire. It gets worse. Wait till you see some of the stuff. I've got, it's in my thumbnail, but I've got one little girl watched as her parents and brothers were sent back. She wasn't okay. Anyway, I got pictures of the Taliban. They went to an amusement park and were in bumper cars, and then the next day they burned the whole thing down. Let's see if this one, gunshots. No, I wanted to see if there's a video of them pushing the babies over because I saw a picture of it. Hang on, what's this? Is this it right here? No, it's not it. Well, that sucks. All right, hold on. Let me go to this one and see if it'll still share it with you. I hope it does. Hey guys, I'm thinking about I like doing this stuff because I like politics, but I don't get a lot of interaction, and I definitely don't get any views. I definitely want to make YouTube something that I do more of. I got a camera now too, and y'all know I did a bid. Everybody knows I did a bid. If you don't know what a bid is, go look it up. And I'm thinking about doing like an after prison type channel. There's a couple of them here on YouTube, and I love them, and they're highly successful. And I keep saying I could do that. I could sit here and tell you prison stories all day long, like that, and you'd laugh your ass off. So, okay, here we go. Babies over the fence. Watch the video. She said, help, help, Taliban's coming for me.
Thank you very much.
No babies there. Nobody must have caught it on camera exactly. I don't know. They got the British soldier holding it there. The baby's right there in his arm. But the picture of the baby going over, it says some scenes. Oh, the horrifying scenes come as the merciless Taliban have been beating women and gunning down unarmed protesters. An Afghan child. Oops.
Guy shoot her and then shot his granddaughter. And then I was 3 cars down from it. And I stood there because I didn't want to was there.
I don't know what that is.
Guy shoot her and then shot his granddaughter.
There. Okay. It's that must be like the next article or something that just started. Okay, so men injured female. Men tried to help injured female after violence. Oh wow, she's all messed up. Look at her face. Wow, that's at the airport. Barbaric punishment was dished out over stolen car allegation. I don't want it. There's 11 pictures, but I don't know if I want to see. I mean, like, who wants to see somebody else? I don't want to see it. Shit. What just happened? Now I gotta figure out if the camera is picking back up. Oh, wow. All right, it's coming back up, guys. Here we go. All right, so now I can scroll down again. The way they titled it, you'd think there'd be an actual picture of these babies. Because listen, if you are a millennial, what is the biggest lie that was told in the beginning of the Iraq war that really inflamed people back at home? And we found out later that the girl who said it, or one of the girl who testified in front of Congress about it, was actually like the niece of the president that we put in over in Afghan. I don't know. What was the big lie? The big lie was they took the babies out of the incubators and threw them on the floor and took the incubators. That's what the terrorists did in Iraq. They went. That was what was everywhere on newspapers, headlines. And she testified in front of Congress. Sorry, I got something in my eye. In front of Congress that it happened, and she got outed. Oh my goodness, what is in my eye? It's an eyelash. Sorry, guys. So, sorry. Let's see here. No one being killed. Oh, wow. Biden needs help, yo. He just needs to be quiet, is what he needs. Okay, so son doesn't have any actual video, as far as I know, of babies going over the fence. I don't know why they just did that when I clicked the camera thing. Oh my, what's this? No, I already watched that, and there's no babies being thrown over the razor wires. So stop telling me that, because that's not in there. That pisses me off. I don't like liars. Let's go see if Daily Mail actually has it. Oh, I did. I guess it's not. Daily Mail didn't have an article about babies in the razor wire, but this is a plane where people were holding on to the plane and fell off. 3 stowaways plunged hundreds of feet to their death after clinging to the wheels of an evacuation flight. Hundreds of people ran alongside taxiing U.S. Air Force plane and clambered on the front and rear wheels. U.S. troops fired warning shots to prevent hundreds of civilians running onto the tarmac Monday morning. An Apache helicopter tarmac to people all runway so the plane could take off. The U.S. was forced to halt evacuation flights as soldiers fought to clear the runway to let planes take off. The airport is the main point of evacuation out of Afghanistan, but all non-military flights have been grounded. Taliban said they've received no report of any clashes anywhere in the country and have declared peace. Wow, whatever. The group controlled 90%. Did you realize that ISIS was wiped out 18 months ago? They had nothing. They had no land. They had no power. They had nothing. Uh-oh, don't say that. Oh, don't say that. Shit. All right, it should be good. I don't know. All right, so warning graphic content is coming. Government forces collapse without the support of U.S. military. Yeah. Right, hold on. Oops. Here we go. Okay, check this one out. Oh, there is no sound on this one. This is them, the helicopter having to buzz them and stuff. Why does that happen every time? I don't understand. This computer is so messed up. Yeah, that's all this is, guys. Look at them running. That's them buzzing the airport. Oh my God. They're all just trying to get out. They're desperate. And I don't blame them. But the fact is that it should be women and children that are getting out. And the men need to be staying, the fighting age men need to be staying there and fighting for Afghanistan. And not letting the Taliban period. Hang on a minute. This. Here we go. Pictured 640 Afghan refugees who ran onto a U.S. evacuation jet in Kabul. I was telling you about. Check it out. Tell me what you noticed first thing. How many hijabs do you see? How many children do you see? How many women do you see? Not very many, huh? I bet you it takes you at least 6 men before you see another woman or a child. And look, they're not old men. These are men who should be back fighting for their own country, no offense, but not my family, not my son, not my brother. No one over here should have to stay in your country and fight the Taliban for you. Well, you get on a plane and come to America and get to live as a refugee wherever they drop you off in any town in America. They don't tell anybody about it, where they put you. We're just supposed to accept it. You should be back fighting for your own country. I think they only should have brought women and children. But this is what they do. Every time we go to war, do you know what the first thing the dumb U.S. does? Us retard, we always get the locals to start doing their own like army or their own whatever, military, whatever, and we train them. Oh, stop it. No, lay down. I'll be out in a minute. And now I forgot. My dog just scratched the door and gave me a brain fart, and I totally forgot what I was going to say. I'm not joking. Oh, don't I feel dumb? I can't. All I know is that them men should be fighting, not American soldiers, not 5,000 to 7,000 American soldiers. Why are you bringing fighting age men into the United States as refugees, or Canada or France or wherever the F else they're going? Why? I don't have answers, and I don't think Biden does either. And then I know that there was more than just this plane. There was multiple planes. It says as the plane, this wasn't meant to happen, but they just didn't care. Once they were on there, they decided just to do it. It says, as it was preparing to take off Sunday, hundreds of terrified Afghan nationals ran onto the plane, up the ramp, and settling on board. A photo obtained by Defense One shows them all lined up sitting on the floor that is fitted to carry 150 soldiers comfortably, but can take up to 171,000 pounds of cargo. Initially, audio from the air traffic controllers for 800 on board, but Defense One says the true number was 640, including many. Now, this is the bullshit line. I showed you the picture, including many women and children. They put that in here. I don't know how many women and children you saw, but I didn't see very many. Like I said, 5-1. Despite 8 people dying at the airport Monday, and amid criticism, the fall of the city is reminiscent of the fall of Saigon. President Biden defended his decision to withdraw troops suddenly, saying he would no longer sacrifice American lives in an Afghan civil war. Despite 8 people dying, I already read that part. Okay, he has been widely condemned for how he has withdrawn his support, U.S.'s support, after 20 years of helping Afghan forces stabilize the region. He said, well, we gave them every chance. I hate this thing. We gave them every chance, but we couldn't provide them with the will to fight. And maybe he's right. I mean, look at how many fighting age men were on that plane trying to run. They don't want to fight the Taliban, but they don't want to live under it either. So he's been universally condemned for his response, with some of the American media fawning that idolized him a week ago, calling his decision to wash his hands of the situation one of the most shameful policy decisions in modern history. Yeah, here's another picture, guys. Here's another one. I don't know what's different about it, but oops, I didn't do that. So, excuse me. Is it TikTok? Yeah, this is where they're getting on. You can see him loading up the ramp. Video shows hundreds of refugees running onto jet Sunday night before it took off. There are thousands of desperate Afghans still on the ground. I'm just looking to see if there's anything else. 3 fell. Okay, one RCH-885 flew out of Kabul with desperate Afghan nationals clinging to the fuselage on Monday. 3 fell to their deaths. And then it said, despite thousands of Afghans flooding in the airfield. Oh, I missed that. Sorry. It said U.S. troops shot somebody. Hold on. Why is it highlighting everything? Oh, Lord have mercy. I swear, I have like the weirdest stuff happen while I'm on live. That never happens any other time. Oh, look at that soldier who got a gun on him. Screaming at him. Soldier points gun towards and bellows at Afghan citizen at the airport. Oh, yeah, because they were trying to be crazy. 2 armed Afghans have been killed by American soldiers. That's what I was trying to tell you. But they also were armed, it says. So they may have not been doing the right thing. I'm not sure. They're probably sick of it. Now, look, guys, there's the people falling from the lodge. There, right here. Footage from Hamid Karzai Airport shows hundreds of people running alongside and in front of the U.S. Air Force plane preparing to take off. This is actually moving. It was actually trying to go up the runway. Look at these people trying to get on the wheels, trying to cling to the side, trying to cling anywhere they can. What were they going to do? Like, what were they thinking? Clinging to the outside isn't going to do anything. Once you get up in the air, you're screwed. Like, what did you... Some were crushed by the wheels, because that's what happened. Is a bunch of them jumped up into the wheel thing. Like 5 of them. And others clung to the fuselage. That's insane. It's insane. There's the helicopter dive bombing the fields, trying to get rid of people. Look at them all on top of the plane. What are you doing? Get in. If you're going to go, get in. Why would you sit on top? Once that thing's in the air, you're screwed. I don't understand this. Oh, unconditional love. Thank you, baby. Afghan people crying. Oh, yeah, I read that. So, okay. A little girl was thrown over the wall of the airport. You see her? On Monday, as the Taliban started moving through the city. The airport is the last part of the city being defended by U.S. troops. See her? These are all generations, though, that literally this generation has grown up without the Taliban, having its foot on their throats, and that's coming quickly. And there's not anything we can really do about it. They have to fight for themselves. It's their country. At least 8 people were killed. 3 were run over by taxiing jets. 3 were stowaways who fell from the engines of a U.S. Air Force plane. Oh, they went in the engines. Oh. The Taliban is taking control of Afghanistan, are going door to door in Kabul looking for enemies to kill, despite promising the international community they wouldn't. Oh, they made a promise. They wouldn't breach human rights because they wanted to be formally recognized. The fall of Kabul, a timeline of the Taliban's fast advance after 40 years. And here it is. This is a really quick timeline starting in February 29th, 2020, when he negotiated the deal for the withdrawal with the Taliban. And it just goes all the way on till May 4th, where the Taliban fighters launched a major offensive on Afghan forces in the southern Hemland province. They also attacked in at least 6 other provinces. That is why they were able to gain as much ground as they gained so quickly, is they attacked 7 places at once, 7 provinces at once. That's a lot of land and a lot of people. And here's where the troop level was lowered to 2,500. Oops, sorry. And then it says February 2021, Afghan study group report warns against withdrawing irresponsibly. March says the military command makes a last-ditch effort to talk Biden out of the withdrawal. Biden announces it will be completed by September 11th. Where's my cigarette? Went out again. Taliban fighters launch a major offensive on Afghan forces. Oh, I did that one. Damn it. I always reread stuff, and I don't know why I do that. Senior government officials say more than 150 Afghan soldiers are killed in 24 hours as fighting worsens. They add that maybe that's why the fighting age men aren't staying, because they see even the soldiers that were trained by us, not only most of them turned and ran, but the ones that did stay, 150 of them got killed. So we evacuated Bagram Airfield overnight, July 2nd. And then on the 5th, the July 5th, the Taliban said they could present a written peace proposal to the Afghan government as soon as August. July 21st, Taliban insurgents control about half the country's districts. Told you they had a lot of land. According to the U.S. senior U.S. general, underlining the scale and speed of their advance. July 25th, the United States vows to continue to support the Afghan troops in the coming weeks with intensified airstrikes to help them counter Taliban attacks. The next day, the UN says nearly 2,400 Afghan civilians were killed or wounded in May and June in escalating violence, the highest number for those months since records started in 2009. Zaranj. Yep. In the south of the country becomes the first provincial capital to fall to the Taliban in years. Many more are to follow in the ensuing days, including the prized city of Kunduz in the north. August 3rd, Pentagon insists Kabul is not under immediate threat. Okay. The next day, the Taliban take the major northern city of Mazar-e-Sharif and with little resistance Pul-e-Alam, capital of Logar province, just 70 kilometers or 40 miles south of Kabul. The U.S. sends more troops to help evacuate its civilians from Kabul, as Afghan President Ashraf Ghani says he is consulting with local and international partners on the next steps. The 15th, the Taliban take the key eastern city of, you got it, the Jalalabad, without a fight, effectively surrounding Kabul. Taliban insurgents enter Kabul. An Interior Ministry official says as the United States evacuates diplomats from the embassy by helicopter. That's crazy. That's the timeline for how in 18 months, things can go so left. The airport is the last place in the city being guarded by NATO troops. Yep. That's why they're all going there. Okay, next. I want to show you guys something here. Here we go. We're gonna go to this one. I see this. This is the direct result of Biden's failure in Afghanistan. What I'm about to show you. When I say our president failing, is the consequences of that we're going to feel. This is what I mean. Is all watching. Oh, let me see. I just want to see if it comes up on my phone. Huh. Anyway, so China threatens to wipe out U.S. troops and liberate Taiwan over false tweet by Senator John Cornyn. Let's start this with, during this whole mess, Senator John Cornyn, hang on, I see what's going on. I don't know how to shut it. I don't know how to stop it. There we go. Okay, it should work now. Okay. I don't understand that. Sorry, I'm just making sure because it's showing on my. Oh, sorry, it's showing on my phone. Y'all, it's just buffering. It's not. It's insane. I don't understand it. Uh-oh, come on. It might be something to do with the Wi-Fi, I think. Anyway, so Senator John Cornyn's dumbass, he decided to put out a tweet about how we have 30,000 troops in Taiwan, which we don't. Do you know how many people we have in Taiwan total? I believe it's like 3 to 5. Yeah. No, I mean, it's 28 total. But the total is also military people who are there. Like, there's like one from the Navy, one from the military. That's how it is. It's each place has. Hang on a second. I don't want all that. Okay. China will destroy and expel U.S. troops in Taiwan by military means and at the same time realize reunification by force. An editorial published by China Communist Party mouthpiece Global Times warned on August 17th. It was a response to a tweet put out by U.S. Republican Senator John Cornyn, who had mistakenly claimed the U.S. had 30,000 troops in Taiwan. In fact, the U.S. withdrew its last troops in 1979 as a condition for establishing diplomatic ties with the People's Republic of China. And then, let's see here. It says there are not 30,000 troops in Taiwan. And then this one says the last little soldier left May 3rd, 1979. But there's still people there right now. So that's a lie too. Right here is what he put up. And it's not right. I don't know about any of the other numbers, but I know that the Taiwan one is not right. Oops. Nevertheless, the Global Times piece went on to threaten the U.S. and Taiwan with war If that is true, the U.S. troops are stationed in Taiwan, or that U.S. troops are stationed in Taiwan, the Chinese government and the Chinese people will never accept it. Meaning we're going to go hunt them down and kill them and take Taiwan back for ourselves. Sorry. Okay. Anyway. Does he know Africa's not a country? Right, it's a continent. Yeah, he's not real smart about all that. I noticed that myself, and then what's crazy is I remember in the back of my head my teacher saying Africa is a continent, not a country. She used to sing a song. Anyway, Article 8 threatens war if reunification cannot be accomplished peacefully. Article 2 of the law states Taiwan is part of China. Oh, this is the anti-secession law that to prevent Taiwan independence. Taiwan is part of. This dog. What do you want? You have to go out. Nobody else to let you out. Sorry. Every time. Sorry, my fur babies. I have to take care of them no matter what I'm doing. So, in the event that Taiwan independence secession is for sure. So basically, China is threatening us because they think we're weak now, and they're saying, "Look, if you got soldiers in Taiwan, we're already planning on taking Taiwan now that you guys are weak ass bitches. But we'll kill your soldiers if we find them." Come to find out, Cornyn had the number wrong, and all that nonsense was for nothing. But it also showed us that China is ready to step in and try to seize Taiwan back. Yes, dear. I'm live on YouTube. Go ahead. You're fine.
No, never mind.
You're all right. I'll be off in like 10 minutes. We saw that. Hang on, I'm just clicking on the stuff that I already saw in the other. Okay, this is what I wanted to show you. Boom. Oh no! How did I just do that? I do that every time. I just let my cigarettes keep burning all over here, but oh well. A day after taking over Kabul, this needs to go on the timeline now. A day after taking over Kabul, the Taliban enjoy an amusement park. Boy, that does this look like Sharia law to you? I'm not sure if this is if there's look, you got any fun. Wow. There we go. Okay. And what's crazy is I saw this, right? And I was like, oh my God, they're basically taking advantage of all this stuff that the people have been able to do the last 20 years since they've been gone, right? And hold on, I'll show you in a minute. They were seen riding electric bumper cars with weapons in their hands, and they were also seen riding play horses in the park. Sources said young nationals, mostly compromised people who had helped the American government in Afghanistan. Some among them were translators who helped the U.S. when they were in control of the nation. Those are the people that were supposedly allowed to get on. We gave them permission to get on the plane to come over here. Oh, wow. Taliban overrun the presidential palace. Kabul streets are deserted. Plea for the world. Taliban in Kabul. Filmmaker Sarah Khamis, plea for the world. Hold on, let's check this out. This girl says they're coming to kill us. Why is it blurry like that? Come on.
سلام طالبان وارد شهر شدن و ما داریم فرار میکنیم.
Oh, that's her. She's a chairperson, yep. Okay. She basically just said it was a filmmaker that basically said, that they need help and film community to come together. Here, oh, damn it. Here's the other part of the Taliban amusement park videos. Here we go. It's gonna blow your mind. Like after seeing them in the bumper cars, you're gonna go, what? What the fuck? Meow. Boom. Taliban accused burning down the American northern city because they had idolatrous statues as their moderate image crumbles. Jihadists torched the recreation grounds. They objected to the statues under extreme interpretation. Theme park in the heartlands of vanquished strong Abdul Dastam. The Taliban accused of burning the amusement park in northern Afghanistan. Sheberghan is in the heartlands of the vanquished strongman Abdul Rashid Dastam, whose opulent mansion was seized by the jihadists when he fled over the border into Uzbekistan on Saturday. Of course he did, because he had help and he had warning. Oh, Joan Hart has COVID despite being vaccinated, and she's really mad. And she thinks one of her 3 sons has contracted it. Yep. You probably got it from him, to be honest. But the point is that you both probably, I don't know if you gave it to your son or not, but I keep more and more people who get the vaccine keep testing positive within weeks of vaccine. So I'm starting that this vaccine is just not something I want to mess with. No, sorry, I know that's not about the Taliban, but I needed to say that. Here we go, guys. Here's the video. Oops. on. Look at all that fire. It's burning up. Torched everything. Oh, Finest is here. Hi, baby. I was waiting for you. Sorry, I missed the comments. Strawberry rain. Hi, honey. Yeah, this is all probably a distraction. Yeah, but it's a distraction that makes Biden's his whole presidency about this one thing. People will never forget this. Look at that. They burned everything. Oh, they burned recreation grounds that was used for holding sports and cultural events for the children. This despite the so-called Taliban 2.0 putting up a sophisticated PR front for the world's media, with various spokesmen declaring that the Taliban of today are very different to that of 20 years ago. Yeah, right. Fighters wielding guns were filmed walking around the luxurious oval-shaped room filled with chandeliers and gold furniture. That's the mansion. That's the president's mansion they seized. Okay. All right. So there's that. And I'm going to come back here and talk to you guys for a second. So listen, do you think this whole throwing babies over the wire thing is kind of like the throwing the babies on the floor and taking the incubator thing, like they said? Because I really think that it's very easy for them to play with the heartstrings of Americans. And I think that might be what's going down. Hey, who wants to just do it's bullshit and talk live stream tonight? Because I am not tired. And I mean, not this live because I got to go take my dogs out. But if Finest and Clay and a couple of you regulars want to hang out in okay, I can bring you guys on here if you want. They can send a link and just we can all chit chat if you want. Let me know. I'm gonna go take care of a couple of things and then leave in the comments if you want me to do a live later. Just chit chat and talk. Maybe smoke, whatever. I do a lot of that anyway. Love you all so much. Thank you for chilling. You're the best, loyal, most awesomest. Thank you.